What's up, everybody? This week I hosted an interview with Berna Anat. She's an award-winning speaker, podcast host, author, and more. She calls herself the financial hype woman. Her work has been featured in New York Times, Forbes, and BuzzFeed. Here's a clip of our interview while we discuss CSR and tips to keep in mind when job searching.
I love that in your book you talked about how part of the reason that the money world is male, pale, and stale is because of the lack of education that is linked to capitalism. Talk about some company programs that help you get out of debt and how companies need to be more responsible in keeping people out of debt, and more importantly, if you foresee that happening.
Ooh, great question. I think what's wonderful about, again, the sort of like grit and like we're not going to take it about Gen Z is that there's so much more demand for like full life support inside of like corporate structures and corporate jobs. I really love that Gen Z is coming at it with like, you need to like sprinkle love on all aspects of my life because I know I'm about to give up 40 plus hours of my life to you. And
Mhm.
so we're seeing more companies be like, hey, we'll help subsidize your student loan payments. If you stay with us for X amount of years, we'll help pay off a student loan. And it's just making them more competitive and more attractive as an employer, which I feel like I'm like, take advantage of that, lean into that. We're seeing that more and more because there are so many more, especially tech companies being like, look at all these benefits we can give you. I wish that stuff was around more often when I was younger and like starting off in the workforce. So I feel like now it's not so much, it's a perk, but I'd like to see it become a demand. I'd like to see it become like a obviously that's on the table type of situation. I think we're all just so much more aware of the literal $1 trillion student loan debt problem. And the fact that like forgiveness is such a difficult thing. This is going to be a thing that's going to follow us. Like student loans will follow us for the rest of our lives. And so I feel like you see every now and then a company being like, yes, we can subsidize and yes, we can help pay off loans. I want to see much more of it. And personally, I want to see a lot more folks entering the workforce demanding it. And like literally putting it to other companies in their negotiations for their jobs are just like, well, company A is going to help me pay off my student loans. Company B is covering my interest. Like, what do you have to give? Because as a employee, as a potential employee, you have so much power. They need you to help them make money
Mhm.
and they need you to like put money in their pockets. And so you have so much power to demand. And I want more people like exercising that power.
That's amazing.
That
That's
makes that
perfect.
answer the question?
That does answer the question.
Okay.
And I also am not, I mean, since I'm still like in school and I haven't even really started looking for full-time jobs, I don't know what kind of benefits are new. I didn't know that companies are offering now to like pay off your student loans after you've been there for a while. I don't know what's different about like tech companies, for example. Honestly, you could dive into that if you want. I don't know what's
Yeah.
what you
Well, I would say like I don't know like I don't know specific companies that do this.
mentioned.
I have heard of some companies who are like, we will give you a monthly stipend
Hmm.
towards paying off your student loans,
Hmm.
or we will give you an annual like stipend. We'll give you like a chunk of money that's supposed to go specifically towards, we'll give you a chunk of money that's
Hmm.
specifically supposed to go towards student loans. Or they're like, if you join up with us and you want to say get a master's or get like a high, like some sort of form of higher education, we'll
Hmm.
cover that for you. So you don't have to take any student loans out at all. Like there
Okay.
are a lot of sort of educational benefits. Like you could go into job negotiations asking, what are the educational benefits that you offer? Like what do you offer people who what do you offer new grads? What do you offer in terms of like, higher education for your employees? I want that question to be more normalized when it comes
Yes.
to basically trying to join on a corporation. It's like, oh, I'm about to sell, I'm going to sell my soul to you for a hot second, but like, what do I get back in return? Because
Hmm.
there's a lot you can get from them. I'm like, just
Right.
steal from them. That's how I feel.
Awesome. No, that's great. Because at the end of an interview, they're always like, "Do you have any questions for us?" And I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna shock you right now." That's awesome. I like love
Exactly.
learning that. That's so
Yeah.
great.
Good. I'm so glad. I hope that could be helpful.
It really was. It really, really was.
There you have it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.